Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, family, friends. Today is a very hard day for all of us. But this young man that's laying before us touched so many hearts. You wouldn't think that out of this boy that I used to yell at all the time. Please, Chris, clean your room. Get this trash taken care of. Do whatever you need to do. He touched so many hearts in this world. It's been overwhelming all this week with all the responses that have come in, and the things that have been told to me. So I would like to share his life with you. When Kristopher was born, he had been in the NICU for 2 weeks. It took a lot for me and his mom to deal with that. By the time he was a year old, he had his first seizure in front of me. I carried him screaming at the top of my lungs, trying to find help while my daughter was up. I was given a chance at that moment to help my son. When we got him up to the hospital, he had 2 more grand mal seizures. The doctors at that point in time said, yes, he has epilepsy. To find out why the epilepsy that he had, he went through a lot of genetic testing. My son has what's called trans 8, and it's not very well known. Trans 8 is a lot like autism, but it's not autism. Now, I'm not going to go into deep details on it, but it's a genetic disorder that gives him a hard learning curve, shorter in stature, his speech. He got epilepsy. It took a while to get the epilepsy under control. He was in and out of the hospital a couple of times because of the translated epilepsy. But every day that he battled, every day he got better. And the doctors couldn't understand it whatsoever, because every seizure that he had, he came back even stronger. Our son has heart of gold and the strongest spirit that I've ever seen in my life. He was better. And that's something the Father always wishes for his son or any of his children, that they are better than they are. That's the way we raise them. We want their strength, we want their honesty, we want their peak to be the best it can possibly be, and he did that. Especially with everybody here today that I have talked to, and over this week that I have talked to. Everything that I have heard, my son was a little Casanova. Talking with his teachers, I found out he proposed to every girl in his class. And then there's one that hit me up online. She's like, my daughter was a student teacher at MIS 2 weeks ago. And your son came up and took her hand and looked at her and says, you're so pretty. And then turned around and said, you can marry me. No matter what this boy did, he brought love to everyone he encountered with. And at this time, if any of his teachers are still here, I would like for you to stand up, please. These group of teachers took my son, who had the hardest time all the way through school until he made it to Michigan, and they gave him hope. They gave him trust. And the things that he learned at Michigan Elementary, he brought home all the time and Yes, he was a pain in the butt. And Miss Coffee got fired I don't know how many times. But that was him. When he got mad, that's the first thing he would go for. You're fired. So when I took this job at Schrader Tire and Oil, I was just attacked. My son was proud. Dad's out there working. The opportunity came to me to take a management position. And that boy, I would take him in there after school. And the first thing that would come out of his mouth is he'd walk through, boss. Like, yes, he has so much pride in him. That pride we've got that is going to be increased as much as it possibly can. I've done a lot of crappy things in my life. We all have. But he never once looked at me as dad. He looked at me as being here every day. When our kids are in trouble, we're always there. When other kids were in trouble, Chris was always there. A lot of his friends are out here today. They say they're goodbye. They say they're going. You guys let me stand up with this. These kids protected him on the playground. They worked with him every single day. And I want to say thank you. And I love you guys for everything you did for him. And he is always going to be in your lives. Sorry. I would like to share something that was set down and wrote with me. It's inside of this card. Days went by into the months and the years. One day I had the greatest fear. I wished so deeply and suddenly we were there. For a rough start, we had to fight. He showed us all victory. He's showing us all life. Each and every day I would watch you grow. Man, I hope to know. The laugh you gave, the smile so true, your eyes so bright, your heart shone through. Dreams I had of whom you could become were quickly dashed, and now I feel numb. I miss your laughs, I miss your jokes, but I miss your hey dad, I love you the most. I was blessed with 10 years to watch you grow, to see the amazing things you had to show. But I know in that time I'll see you again, not only my son, but my very best friend. The pain is strong, but soon will fade. I will hold each and every memory you made. I knew you had to leave before your time. Your dash is a short line. Until then, my son, I'll wait to hear your best dad ever. I'm glad you're here. To Kristopher, every day was the best day ever. And if he'd known you, it was you are the best ever. He brought out the best ever in his life. He would talk to complete strangers. You would tell your children, no, don't talk to strangers. This boy never shut up. We sat in Walmart parking lot a few weeks ago, and he loves Transformers. So there's a yellow Camaro sitting there, the Bumblebee paint. He said to us, Dad, that's Bumblebee. He goes, I just want to watch. I said, come on, I'm not going to transform. I'm going to wait. Okay, you wait. As we're walking into Walmart, he looked at this lady, and she looked like she was very down. And he looked right at her and he goes, there's a Bumblebee up in the parking lot. You've got to go see it. I was watching you. That lady looked at him and said, what? And she just smiled. I'm like, ma'am, I'm sorry. She goes, no, I needed that right now. Somehow, some way he knew when somebody needed that lift, somebody needed that help for their day just to get through. he had this heart that was just so amazing that if this heart were spread across the world, we wouldn't have wars. We wouldn't have all these problems. He loved everyone, no matter who they were, no matter where they came from. It did not matter to him. And in the fight that he's had throughout his life, he found the one thing that gave him the most pleasure, and that's watching somebody else smile because of him. He may have been proud of me, but I am so proud of him. There are many things that we have to do in this life. We raise our kids, as I said earlier, to be better than us. We don't stop and thank them for actually the good things they're doing without us seeing them. This week has been an eye-awakening. So next time, if your kid is being that brat, being that little jerk, call him. That was our joke together. You're a jerk. No, Dave, you're a jerk. No, you're a bigger jerk. We're both jerks. The next time you catch them doing something, stop. Look at people in the eyes. Because no matter what, they may have screwed up, but that love that they have inside of them is what comes out the most. Our goal has said that many times. It's true. He loves his entire family. There's no ministry in him whatsoever. Oh yeah, there were standoffish times. And he did. He threw his temper tantrum. That's part of being a king. On his casket blanket, you will see a little butterflies. Tentacles of for each year. He changed. Every year he got better and he changed more. He met through more struggles. Just like the butterfly changes. The 11th one is for his birthday. That birthday coming up, he would go to grandma's and sit there and look at her calendar. For months. Months ahead of time. Is it here yet? Yet. 2 more months. He was about life. He was about joy. He was about happiness. Even though he hurt, he wanted it all for everyone else. So at this time, I'm going to step down from this podium. Anyone that has anything to say is more than welcome to come up. I will let you guys know that after the burial at Hudson, we do have a big dinner planned at the American Legion. We would like to all come. It's the American Legion journey. So at this time, anyone that wants to step forward, please do so. Thank you all.
Good afternoon. For those who don't know, my name is Gallant. I am one of Kristopher's sisters. I could write this down many times, paper after paper, and I can never get the right words to say what really meant to me. He was the biggest pain in my butt. I can tell you that was one. But that kid loved so much. No matter what, how much of a brat I could be to him, he always look at me like, well, I still love you, so you can get over it. July 26, 2014, all my siblings were all big age groups or age gaps, and I had my sisters, but I always kept like my parents and my brother over and over again. And finally, he was born July 26, 2014. He was like my little best friend. I remember all the time when I would come back from working out or come back from the field, he looked at me and goes, sis, he would flex on me and goes, I got bigger muscles than you. It was kind of bad, but he was the biggest heart and everything. And he loved all the nieces and nephews. And you couldn't ask for a sweeter boy to be taken home today right now. And today, it's not a shine bright day. The weather's nice, and that's because God and all the angels smile today. They brought home your wonderful soul, and He is shining bright today, and He's watching all of us, showing and seeing how much love there is in this room. For some that you knew Him a very short time, some of us knew Him for a very long time. But the fact that all you guys are here to show Him that how much He truly meant to you is what means the most to me and my family. Thank you.
You may not know me, but my name is Piper, and I was one of Chris's friends. When he first joined our school, I was like, is he in the right grade? But and then I really got to know him, and he was a kind, loving, brave, well, big, surprisingly older than me. And sadly, he passed away. I just wanted to say goodbye. So, I'm in the desk, and so when Kristopher came to us, he would already ask for just marry him. And one time he also asked me to marry him. And one time, he came up to me and invited me, and we were down to put his magic something on, and then everybody came out and this. He always wanted to be the red one because it was his favorite. And he always wanted to make fun of me to make people happy. And by I was my name is Aiden, and my buddies over there took all the good jokes. When Kristopher, like you said, when Kristopher came, I saw him one time at recess, and I didn't know I thought he was freshman. And he always wanted to be Sonic, and he always wanted to run around. And like in PE, he wanted to do a Power Ranger so bad, and he told us to put glasses on, click the button, and we just do Power Rangers, like he said. And Kristopher was a great loving kid, and he always wrote all his members and great friends. We were great kids. But that's all I have to say. Bye. Kristopher was so funny and kind. When he ran outside one day and he was so excited to go outside for lunch recess. And he was nice to everyone. He was very funny, and everybody used to laugh and he used to tell us all jokes. And so like he makes stuff up that's so funny, and he asks us funny questions. That's really all I have to say. My name is Kendall, and when Kristopher came to school, I was always friendly to him, and he was friendly back to me. So, when anybody started to be rude to him, I told them not to be rude to him. And then they stopped and started being friends with him. But there is one time I remember when, he asked me to help him with to do something, so I did it. And there was other time where he was trying to tell me to marry him. So I told him who he wanted to marry, and he said certain boyfriend, so I got her, and he had this bottle cap, and he proposed to her. And all I have to say is that he's a very good friend.
Those are some of my lovely students. My name is Mariah Kenya. I was his homeroom teacher, and I'm actually going to read his words. Our last writing project at school was writing a persuasive speech. And a couple of the kids were talking about how brave he was. He got up and read it with the help of our paraprofessional in front of the whole class. And so I'd like to read his speech for you guys. You all know his love for McDonald's. So just a word of warning for you. So this was McDonald's fries are better than Burger King fries. McDonald's fries are better than Burger King because they have more salt. They are also better because of the taste. I like my fries best with a cheeseburger and a Coke. I think McDonald's fries are better with ketchup. You can get McDonald's fries when you get a Happy Meal. I just like McDonald's fries. And that is included in a book of some memories that all the kids at school wrote down for Kristopher in this binder that will be going to the family. So.
So, first of all, hi, together. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't hang out with Chris a whole lot. I heard a lot, thanks to Mom, but we never really bonded a lot, and I kind of regret it because hearing all you guys talk about Chris and how kind and how nice and funny he was. And growing up, I have my own pain in the butt brother, but I was one of the third sibling. And, you know, all the times I hung out with Chris, I was like, man, I can't wait till he grows older and we actually hang out, do stuff together, and treat him like another brother. It kind of sucks I can't do that right now, but Chris, I'm sorry I didn't hang out with you a whole lot, man. But I hope I get to be as kind as you. Sounds like you were quite the ladies' man too. Yeah, I just wanted to come and say that I want to miss you, man. Hope you're running laps around everyone in heaven, just showing off your run skills.
I'm Kelly, and this is Anna, and this is Uncle Tony, and then two of his cousins, Richie, and Bobby Beckler. These guys are really, really tight, and I did get fired. Chris did fire me for not making cookies fast enough with Mom last Christmas. And he fired me, what, twice? 2 or 3 times?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
several
wasn't
times,
fast
every time
enough.
you weren't getting them fast.
And then he requested his name be on a cookie, so we put that on there. I wish I had more time with it. It's hard because wherever we took the grandkids, Chris was with us. I don't really fell in love with this so much. And I wish I could just have the first Christmas. I just love her him.
Most of you probably know who I am. I've been friends with the family, especially since we were 15 years old. Well, I was 15, she was 16. We were very welcome. And when I came and visited her on the 4th of July, the day we left, Lisa was like, I don't feel good. I'm going to be sick. And as I left and I started laughing, I'm like, you're pregnant. She's like, oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I get home and sure enough, she calls me, I'm pregnant. Congratulations. So they were very, very excited for this pregnancy and for this little boy. And they were so blessed to have him, that God installed so much good in such a small package. I was fortunate enough to be the godmother. God forgive me if I had to repeat that. But today, one of his teachers, Alexis Diller, she came and a letter for Kristopher, and I want to read it for you. To a special classmate who brought so much joy, from Alexis. Kristopher will always be remembered for his bright smile, his love of Sonic, and the way his kind heart made others feel welcome. Run free now, sweet friend. Just like your favorite hero, chasing the wind with light in your eyes. Included with this letter are 3 Sonic pins. One for Mom, one for Dad, and one for Kristopher. If it feels right, the pin meant for Kristopher can be placed with him. So that way he knows that he was loved and it was going with him on his journey. The two of you, Don and Lisa, Keith, are a symbol of the bond that can never be broken with yourself. Something to hold on to when words just aren't enough. And a reminder that a spirit is still with you, always. With every step the kids take, every smile he shared, and every photo captured will carry on his spirit with his best friend, Alexis. So he walks those halls one last time with Alexis and Sonic on her heart beside his friend. This was the sweetest thing I had ever seen. This is a reflection of what every rich, kind, wonderful, giving, and caring. And that I was proud to be his godmother, if anything was godmother. So, thank you for giving me godson. And I know he'll be up there in heaven and waiting for me to. And I'll say McDonald's.
My name is Evelyn, and lots of people who knew Kristopher and were his friends couldn't come today because they had school. But his spirit is always next to them, and it doesn't matter how sad some people might. It doesn't matter if other people are making fun of you. It just matters that he's always by your side and that you're always thinking about him. And every day, some people might think that some of these people die, and it's funny because one day they're fine and the next they're not. But sometimes you don't know what's going on in their life. And lots of times people say bad stuff about other people, but they don't know what's going on. But Kristopher was a kind, loving, and always caring about people and always wanting them to smile. And he always wanted everybody to know that he cared about them no matter what. Even if people were mean, he would still be nice to them, just like his parents and his teachers would have taught him. And it still doesn't matter if people are still making fun of him. All you have to know is that Kristopher is in heaven and he's always next, and his spirit is always next to you.
If there's nobody else that wants to come up, at this time, I'd like to ask Pastor Tim to come up and end this day today in prayer.
For the opportunity to pray, if you will, please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, sometimes we're at a loss for words. But Father, we know today Kristopher is that today, even though we grieve, He has probably one of the biggest smiles on his face right now. Dear God, and I just pray for the whole family today. As a mother and a father grieves the loss of their little boy, God, I pray that you will be near. Dear God, and though we have questions and doubts and we just don't understand so much, we trust you. We don't understand it. God, we trust. And we believe that every single moment Kristopher had to God to walk and smile and ask a bunch of little girls to marry him. We know it was for a purpose and a reason, God, and if it was just for a short time, he brought joy. We just pray, God, with that childlike faith, God, that you ask each of us to have. That we would come with our doubts, with offers, with our hands. And that today, we would place our trust fully in you. We love you, Father. We thank you for Kristopher. We pray that you be with the Holy Spirit.
At this time, we're going to prepare to go to the cemetery. It's at Maple Grove Cemetery in Hudson. If you were willing and wanting to make it, please. And Gary's going to take over and show us where we need to go.